Have you ever placed a trade at one price only to notice that your order opened at a different price? It can seem confusing and very frustrating, especially for beginners. This experience has a name in Forex and it is called slippage. In this video, we would explain what slippage is, why it happens, and how to reduce the impact of slippage on your trade. If slippage is something you want to understand, then you definitely want to stick to the end. So, what exactly is slippage? Slippage is the difference between the price you expected to trade at and the price your broker actually filled your order. For example, you might click buy at 1.1000, but when the order goes through, it is executed at 1.1003. That small difference is a 3-pip slippage. This happens when the market is moving fast, so fast that the price you have chosen is no longer available by the time your order reaches your broker's server. Now let's properly break down why slippage happens. There are 3 main reasons why slippage can happen, and one and the most common is volatility. When the market is moving very fast, prices can change in split seconds. For example, during important news releases like the NFP or interest rate decisions, price can move very fast that in split seconds, the price you chose to open your trade at is no longer available. And when your choosing price is no longer available, your broker has to fill your order at the nearest available price or the next available price, and that is what slippage is. Another reason why slippage happens is liquidity. Liquidity simply means how many buyers and sellers are active in the market at a given time. During periods of high liquidity, say like the beginning of the London or the New York session, there's usually high liquidity, and as such, there are so many orders that match your own. And during this high liquidity, slippage is less common. During periods of low liquidity, say maybe trading during holidays or just the market is slow, there are not so many orders that are matching your order. As such, your broker has to fill your order at the nearest available price and not your chosen price. So slippage may be more common during periods of low liquidity. Another cause of slippage is the order type you have chosen and also the execution speed of your broker. For example, when you use market order, there is more chance of slippage because market order is just chasing the next available price. Pending orders and limit orders are more controlled. However, even when using pending and limit orders, there's also chance of slippage if the market gaps or jump your choosing price. And also, not all brokers are equal. This is why it is very important that you carefully choose your broker, because your broker may be the reason why you are experiencing so much slippage. When your broker offers fast execution and is a better liquidity provider, there are less chances that you would experience slippage. But if your broker's execution speed is slow and your broker is not so much of a good liquidity provider, there may be more chances that you would experience slippage more often. In short, slippage happens because the market moves fast or liquidity is thin or just problems with technology. It may not always be your broker's fault, but slippage is just part of the experience of Forex trading, and it is something you have to understand, get used to, and find a way to trade around it. Slippage may seem like a bad thing because when you think about it, I chose this price and my trade is opening at an entirely different price. So it may seem like a bad thing, but it is not always a bad thing. And this brings us to discuss the fact that there are 2 types of slippage: positive slippage and negative slippage. Let's start with negative slippage. Negative slippage is the slippage that most traders complain about because it is the bad slippage. It happens when your order is filled at a price worse than the price you actually chose. For example, you wanted to buy Euro USD at 1.1000, but your order was executed at 1.1004. That 4-pip slippage is money out of your pocket because you entered the trade at a higher price than you expected, so you've lost some money. Negative slippage often happens in a fast-moving market or when there's just low liquidity. Positive slippage, on the other hand, is a pleasant surprise. It is that slippage that may make you smile. This happens when your order is filled at a better price than the price you chose. For example, you wanted to sell GBP USD at 1.3000, but the market slipped in your favor and your order was executed at 1.3002. In this case, you gained extra 2 pip without even planning it. You should keep in mind that positive slippage is less common and it happens in a stable market. But you should keep in mind that positive slippage is less common, but it happens especially in a stable market when price just ticks back in your favor. So yes, negative slippage, you lose money. Positive slippage, you gain some extra money. But because traders usually remember bad experiences, well, not just traders, everybody, we all remember bad experiences. So when traders talk about slippage, they are usually referring to negative slippage, a bad experience. Now let's see actual examples for negative and positive slippage so you see how it can impact your trade. So for negative slippage, let's say that you buy Euro USD at 1.1000, but the market is moving quickly and by the time your order is processed, the best price is 1.1005. Your trade opens at 1.1005 instead of 1.1000. That means a 5 pip negative slippage, which means that you are starting your trade slightly in the red. Now for positive slippage, let's say you placed a sell order on GBP USD at 1.3000. The market dips suddenly and your order gets filled at 1.3002 instead. That is a 2 pip positive slippage, a small but welcome advantage. Like we said earlier, the chance of slippage is high during important news release. For example, let's say the NFP report was released and you click buy at 1.1100 right as the NFP data is released. But because thousands of traders are entering at the same time, prices are jumping fast and your order does not get filled at 1.1100. Instead, your order opens at 1.1115, a huge 15 pip slippage. This is why news trading is very risky and you want to be careful. And it's also why some traders prefer to use limit or pending orders during news release, like the NFP data release. Now, the reason why you may be watching this video is to understand how you can handle slippage. So let's see how to reduce your chances of slippage. So here's the good news. While you cannot avoid slippage completely, you can reduce the impact of slippage on your trade, and here's how. So first, you want to use limit orders instead of market orders. A market order says, fill me at the best available price now, but a limit order says, only fill me if the price reaches this level or better. This gives you more control over your entry price. Secondly, as a beginner, you want to be very careful when trading during important news release. News release like the NFP and interest rate decisions may seem exciting, but the truth is that slippage occurs more often during this period. If you are still learning, it is safer to wait until the news dust settles then you enter a trade. You also want to keep in mind that to test the water so that you don't miss out and so that you practice, because what better time to practice trading the news than when the news is released. During this time, you can consider using a demo account. So you can use a demo account, test out your strategy to just improve yourself so you can finally get ready to trade with real money. And when you start trading with real money as a beginner, consider trading smaller lots during periods of high volatility, like news release. Trade smaller lots until you properly understand how to scale through, at least at the start. Thirdly, to reduce your chances of slippage, consider trading during high liquidity periods. Seriously, the best time to trade with little or no slippage is when the market is active. When the market is stable active, not volatile, very exciting, unstable active, like during NFP release. But when the market is active, like during the beginning of the London or the New York session, there's less chance of slippage at that time because there's liquidity. You may also want to consider like avoiding night trading, because when you trade at night, there is low liquidity and chances of slippage may be higher. And finally, you want to choose a reliable broker. We mentioned that your broker may be the reason why you're experiencing slippage. So choose a broker that has high execution speed. Avoid brokers that are known for slow execution. So if you start using a broker and you notice that the execution speed is slow and there's so much slippage, you can change your broker. That's why it's even important that you do your due diligence. Hear what other traders are saying about a particular broker to know if that broker is actually worth putting your money with and trading with. You can also consider brokers that offer ECN execution as they are faster. And finally, consider using guaranteed stop loss. Normal stop loss can slip, but when you use guaranteed stop loss, you are ensuring that your trade closes at the exact price that you chose for it to close at. Some brokers like Trade Nation and AvaTrade offer guaranteed stop loss. You can also do your due diligence to find out other brokers that offer guaranteed stop loss. Or visit mytradingland.com, go to the broker review tab and read up, see what we've carefully written about brokers that we've tried out before choosing your broker. I think that'll be very helpful as well. Visit mytradingland.com. It is absolutely free of charge, so you don't have to pay, and make use of the information there. And to hear like what other traders are actively saying about a broker, you can also consider joining the community conversation on mytradingland.com. Ask your questions, hear what other traders think. I think it can really be helpful for you to learn from their experiences. It is absolutely free of charge. Just visit mytradingland.com. So yes, that's it about slippage. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comment section. And if there are other topics that you would like us to talk about, let's also know in the comment section. See you in the comments. Thank you.